Hey guys, it's the Wolf, and I am back with another RDR2 Online video. And today I was thinking about going to Guarma, and there's a glitch now in the game that somebody has figured out. These two guys, their names are Exumi and Dark Ace. I'll actually put their links to their channels, or I'll put the link to at least Exumi's channel in the description. Dark Ace, I haven't been able to figure out if he has a YouTube channel or not. But anyway, these two guys have figured out like a glitch where you can actually go to Guarma and it's actually there. If you try to go to Guarma in the game, like before this, it's like not there. It's like the low res, low poly version of Guarma. Like all the stuff is there, but it's not like rendered. But this glitch allows you to see everything rendered, and when you go there, it's like everything's there. It's like really, really cool, and it's like totally online. I noticed the tutorials that are online, none of them seem to be specific to Xbox. I play on Xbox, so I thought I'd do mine to kind of help people figure out how to get there. So anyway, let's do that. The first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you're in the outfit you want to wear, and you have the guns that you want to take. And this is important because you won't have any access to your horse. Once you go into this glitch, you can no longer whistle for your horse. So pick your guns. I'm taking along a navy, and I'm going to take my bow. And I made myself a little shipwrecked outfit, which I think looks kind of cool. Alright, so for this glitch, you actually need 2 players. The first one, you need to be friends with him. He needs to be online, and he needs to be like available to join. So for example, my son is online. If I go into friends, I can see him playing. If I click on his profile, it will allow me to join. So that's the first one. Now the second one is just a random player for the lobby. So what you can do is just open up your player menu, find somebody in the lobby. So I'm going to pick this Stacy Lee. Just text them a message like hi, send the message, and then once the message is sent, go back into your chats, look at your chat, open it up, then go to more, then go to their profile, and then see if you can join in on this person. So this person has their settings so that I can actually join them. It says join or play, so she'll work. Sometimes when you go to this screen, it'll say invite, and people have their settings so that you basically can't join in on them. If that happens, just pick somebody else from the lobby, say hello to them, go to their profile, and just keep doing that until you find somebody that you can join in on. It's not that hard to find somebody. Alright, now that you have those 2 people, go over to the bounty board, select a bounty. Doesn't really matter which one, but I usually select the first one or the second one. The first one's gone, so I'm going to select the second one. Walk away from the bounty board, let the bounty start. Okay, there we go. Capture Francine Williams, dead or alive. Now once those words go away, go to telegrams, go to a new source of employment. You're going to go to Outrider. Now once you select Outrider and it goes into the mission, you have to very quickly go to your friends and join your friend. So for me, it's joining my son. And so you have to be really fast at this point. So once you click Outrider, go to your Xbox menu, go to your friends, open it up, there's my son, go to join game, and just wait a second. Just wait just a second until the screen goes gray and you hear that like the mission is starting. And then right at that moment, join him. Okay, so I did. So as soon as you do that, you want to do it twice. So then go back into your Xbox menu, go to your friends, go to your friend that's online, and push join again. So once you've joined your friend twice, you want to go into your chat, and then you want to go to the person that you messaged, the random player. And so like Stacy Lee was the one I picked. You want to push them. You want to go to profile. You want to click join or play, and then you want to hover over join game, and you want to just sit here and you just want to wait. You want to wait until the screen turns to the clouds, and when you see the clouds, join that person. And what'll happen is you'll spawn back into the world, and it'll look kind of weird and shaky. I don't know how else to describe it. It'll look like you're kind of like almost drunk. You'll have this little processing join cylinder over here turning. Just wait this out. Just wait a second. Let this all kind of clear out and do its thing. Well, a horse just rode by me. Eventually this processing thing will go away. A black screen will come up that says alert, unable to join, failed to retrieve session details, blah blah blah. And there'll be an exit button. You can go ahead and push that exit button, and then you're in. You're glitched into this glitch. Now there's a couple ways to like check and make sure you're in the glitch, because it just seems like, well, I'm back in the world. How do I know that this worked? For one thing, if you did this whole thing and you selected Outrider, you're going to spawn in the same place that I'm at right now. Another thing is, if you look at your cards, all your cards look like they're turned off. And then the third thing, if you whistle for your horse won't come. No matter where you whistle for him, he won't come. So I want to tell you a couple things about this glitch real quick before we get going here. For one thing, it's weird, and weird things happen. It just might not work. You might do everything right, and it still might not work. So when I first found this whole thing and I watched the tutorial videos and stuff like that, it still took me like maybe like a week of trying to kind of get the timing down to make it work. So if it's not working and you're doing everything I'm doing, then, you know, maybe slow up the button pushes or speed up the button pushes. You know, just kind of play with it and try it like over and over again, and eventually it'll start working. But it can be very frustrating. Every time I do it, it seems like I've got to do it like 3 or 4 or maybe 5 times till I get it to work. Another thing is you can't see players on the map. So you're not in a private lobby. You can't see who's in your lobby. And you can't see, there's no blue dots for other players in the lobby. So you have to be real careful at this point not to get killed. So if you get killed in this glitch state, for one thing, you just die. You don't respawn. So you'll have to like restart your Xbox. And then you won't be in the glitch state anymore. You'll have to go back and do it again to get back in. So you want to be super careful once you're in this state to stay alive. Okay, so I went ahead and waited for morning, and for some reason my character has started smoking, and this is kind of like, you know, the weirdness of this, of like what happens. I don't quite know why he started smoking, but for some reason he's got steam running off him right now. There's a pretty good place to cross the river down here. You can kind of cross wherever you want, wherever you think you can do it. But I've kind of started crossing over here by this little building, because on the other side there's kind of some shoreline, and that's what you kind of want to watch out for when you cross. Is you just don't want to come up against some like cliffs where you can't get out of the water and you end up drowning because of the deep water barrier. So anyway, I come down to this house. There's like a little kind of gully right here, and it's got a pretty good, you know, slope where you can do the slide glitch to get across. So the slide glitch is really easy. You can do it with 1 gun or 2 guns, whatever you got. I've only got 1. What you're looking for is like a little cliff or hill that's gonna make you slide, like I just did right there. First, I usually put a waypoint on the other side of the river. I think it kind of helps guide your character. I'm not quite sure if it really does or not. And then what you want to do is you want to aim your gun, and then you want to back up until you slide, like I just did right there. And then once you slide, you're going to push both your sticks, like your thumbsticks, together. and then you're going to push the A button, and you're going to hold that. You're going to hold that configuration. So you're going to be aiming, you're going to push your two sticks together, and you're going to be holding A. So you're going to have to, you know, move your hands around so that you can actually do that. And you got to do it all in first person. So let me go into first person. I'll kind of show you. Okay, I'm in first person. I'm aiming. Now I'm backing up. The slide is going to happen. I pushed my two sticks together. I'm holding A, and as you can see, I'm shaking like a leaf there when a fish. And I'm moving across the water. You can see in the little mini map in the corner that I'm like slowly going across the river. And this is called the slide glitch. And it's basically how you can get across this river, because, you know, if you've ever tried to swim it, and, you know, everybody watching this video probably has, or ride your horse across, there's like a deep water barrier that'll drown you. And so you just can't do it. But this way you can go across. And you just have to hold the whole way. You've just got to make sure that, you know, you've got your fingers in a position that can hold, you know, the aim button, the two sticks together, and the A, and you just kind of slowly move across the river. Eventually in the mini-map you'll see the ground slowly coming in. I kind of sped that up just to kind of hurry it up a little bit. But you don't want to let off too early. You know, you want to be completely out of the water, because this deep water barrier is all along the shoreline of Mexico. So if you let off too early, you can actually still drown in, like, you know, 2 inches of water. So anyway, there I am. I'm completely out, and it worked. So now all we have to do is just get to Guarma. And I'm going to show you the route. So we're going to start right here. This is where we are on the map. I'm just going to run over to this rock right here. This is like a good landmark. And in the hazy distance over there is this rock tower that has this pointy little thing on it. And basically that's the first landmark. So we want to run straight to that. Now, if you've ever come over to Mexico on one of my other videos, you know, you can actually run down the shore way west, and down there's a shore where you can whistle for your horse, and you can get your horse, and it's awesome, and then you can ride around out here. But the thing about this glitch is you can't whistle for your horse, so going over there doesn't work. I've tried it, and you know, it doesn't matter. Once you're in this glitch state, you just cannot whistle for your horse. He won't come no matter what. And so you just basically have to run all the way to Guarma. It sucks, but that's just how it is. So once you get up to this tower, once you're about like right here, look to your left, or basically east on the map, and you've got another tower. You've actually got like 4 of them down there, and we're basically going to run right along the left side, go straight east basically until we get to the end of those. So once you get to this one, you can see these, basically these two, there's 2 more rock towers here with a valley that looks like, hey, that looks great, let's go down that. But don't do that. You don't want to go down that valley. What you want to do is you want to go to the left of these 2 towers. And there's like a little valley that's kind of harder to see, that, you know, like a little canyon that you go up. So let's run over there and do that, and it's to the left. So just keep kind of heading to the left. Okay, now you can kind of see the canyon. We're just going to move right along this canyon, and we are going to head straight to that cliff with that little tree sticking up right there. Once we get up to the cliff with the tree on it, now what we're going to do is we're going to take a right. We're going to run right along this cliff wall, and we're going to head south. And if you notice, as I go, the cliff wall is kind of getting shorter and shorter up there. And I always look for these sticks right here. There's a bunch of stick piles for some reason. Almost like somebody put them out here to mark something. And once you get to these stick piles, go up to that cliff wall. Like right about where I am right here. Walk real close to it. And then start pushing the X button or the jump button. And just kind of test the wall as you go. And eventually, what will happen is he'll latch on and climb up. Just like that. Alright, so there's the first stage. We're up over the cliff. Now let's run up on this little hill. Now you see there's like this big kind of bowl, I don't know what you call it, kind of like a dish canyon over here. Yeah, it stretches all the way around to there, and then over there it kind of like dies out. And basically that's where we're going to run. But how we're going to do it is we're going to head right up this piece of land. And so we're going to go north, and then we're just going to keep this canyon on our right side, and we're just going to follow it around all the way over there. So just keep that canyon on your right side and just keep running, and you'll get there. And eventually you're going to see these rocks, and this is kind of where the canyon wall sort of dies. And so that's a good landmark. From now on we're going to be going east and a little bit south. Not very much, but pretty much just east and south. And this is another one of my landmarks right here. It's kind of like a triangle out of the grass, you know. And let me show you on the map where it is. So we are like right here. And where we're going is over here, kind of like straight down from the E and a little bit further south. So you want to go east and a little bit south. Just keep trucking. You'll pass another one of these kind of gravelly areas. You go over this big green hill. Just keep on running. There'll be these long grasslands, the trees off in the distance. Too bad Rockstar didn't, have like a big buffalo herd out here or something. That'd be so awesome, but I mean, I wish there was like animals out here. I'd spend so much time out here hunting and be ridiculous. But anyway, so just keep trucking east, slightly south. Eventually you'll get to these rocks, these long white rocks, and they sort of go east, and I just keep trucking. Keep on running. Just keep on trucking. I know it feels like, oh, I'm getting lost, I don't know where I'm going, but it doesn't matter. Just keep going. You're going down by those trees down there. Keep on running. Eventually you're going to kind of see this mountain that I've named the Guarma Mountain. I don't know if I've named it that or somebody else did, but that's what I call it. See it over there? And so once you see that, you want to start veering more south and running just more south than east. And you can see it. It's like a prominent mountain. I know there's stuff everywhere, but like you'll start to notice that one over there. And basically, once we start going more to the south, you're looking for a border in the world where it goes from like detailed to more undetailed. And you'll see what I mean, because it's coming up here in a hurry. Okay, so this is it. You see what I mean? Now you got the nice grass and everything over here. Very apparent. On the other side, it looks like some kind of primordial soup or something. So you don't want to walk in there. You want to stay on this side. And we are going to turn left, and we are going to go straight east, and we're going to follow this line straight east. And one of the clues that you're in the right spot is when you look out there, you can kind of see these trees that go up like they're growing on something invisible. And once you start seeing those trees, you're getting close. So just keep running, keep running, keep running. Keep running east. Keep going. Eventually you're going to see what I like to call the dirt road. It's just another little gravelly road type thing that goes across. And behind that there's a nice green hill. And just keep running up that hill. Stay close to that border. Don't get out too far from it. And eventually that's going to happen. Just see what happened there? Let me walk back down. So you're running along, you're going east along the little world border there, and then all of a sudden you start walking up out of the grass and up into the air. And this is like what they call the invisible bridge, which I never could figure out where the hell this thing was. But this is where it's at. And the way you find it is you find that world border and then you go east along it until you find it. So as soon as you get up on that thing, what you want to do is you see that mountain in the distance? That's what I call the Guarma mountain. You want to head straight south, straight at it. And if you're worried and you feel like you're going to walk off the bridge or something, or walk into like some invisible hole, you can get your bow out and you see your arrows will tell you what's solid and what isn't. But you really don't need to worry much about it. If you just go straight south, you're going to be fine. So just keep walking. Keep walking straight at that mountain. And then suddenly, that's going to happen. So that wasn't like a cut or something in the video. That's actually what happens. Is suddenly, like, everything changes. Now watch, I'm going to turn around and walk back. If you walk back, you walk back out onto the invisible bridge. And if you turn around and go south again, you walk up onto whatever this is. Now the easiest way to go is to kind of go south and west. It's a little bit shorter if you go like south and west. You get to the next border. There's like another border we got to find. And this next border kind of looks like a rip in the world. If you just go like more south, it takes longer to get to this thing. And if you go more west, for whatever reason, just the angle of the line of it, you'll get to it a little bit quicker. But if you go more to the west, what happens is you're like further away from, like once you actually cross into the high-res Guarma, like the real Guarma, is you're like a lot further from it. So if you just go south, you're going to find the same thing, but you'll be closer. So it's kind of up to you which way you want to go. But basically southwest is the key. And just kind of run and run and run and run until you finally see this this rip in the world, basically. This is what we were looking for. This weird kind of crack. Basically, if you go into it, you can fall to your death, pretty much. It's just like a hole in the world for some reason. And so the way you get across it is you just travel along it. But what you're looking for is a spot where it's like more lined up. And so I'm going to run all the way down there. So like right here is a good spot. See what I mean? They're pretty close. Things seem solid in most places. But just get yourself a good run and jump across. And now this is it. This is actually Guarma now. This is part of that area. And it's pretty much just southwest from here. If you just keep going south, you keep going west, eventually you're going to hit the ocean and you're going to see it. Just keep going. Now you see how just getting thicker, like the jungle starting, all that kind of stuff. Just keep on going in this direction and you're going to find it. So now, like, you know, if you don't want to see like what it actually looks like, you know, you want to wait till you get there yourself. Like, this is where you click the video off. Because I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to check it out and, you know, do some stuff and show people what's there. So here we are, and it's super cool. And as you can see, you've got like all the jungle and the vines and all this super cool stuff. So there's actually animals here. And I came across some pigs. I already saw a snake. I just tried to sneak up on him and get a look at him. And he ended up charging me. So I shot him. I actually drank a blending tonic. I don't know if the blending tonics work here like they do in the real world. And I skinned him. And it ended up giving me animal fat and boar tusk and 4 tender pork loins. Which is pretty cool. I guess that red stuff must be the sun going down. And there was like a little river down here that I went down and checked out. And then there was more pigs down here, like tame pigs. Like this one I think is, yeah, it's like a big China pig, which is interesting. There's also a lot of iguanas around, I've noticed, and some parrots. Eventually I went down, I saw some lights, and I went down and I found these, like a bunch of kind of like peasants. And I snuck over to them.
Ah, hola.
And one of them said hi to me, so they weren't unfriendly at all. And they would talk to me and everything. It's really incredible. It just blows my mind, like, you know, all of this stuff is like actually in the game. And there's like a rooster right there, which is really cool. I think there's roosters in the actual game, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure. When I came back up the hill, I saw this guy here. He's like a guard. So I snuck around. There's some cannonballs, things like that. I kind of was like looking for a fire because I really wanted to know if you could, like, could you play here, you know, like could you actually cook stuff here and all that. And there was like a fire like in the middle of this whole thing, so I just thought, what the hell, I'm just going to try it, and if these guys shoot at me, I'll just run away. But it's funny, the guards didn't shoot at me, but you can't interact with this fire. It just kind of totally bums me out. I wish you could. But the guards, yeah, they just kind of leave you be at this point and don't chase you off like they would, you know, if you were actually playing the game. The sugarcane fields are up here, or I guess that's what these are. And I went up to the fort on the hill. The cages are here. Unfortunately, you can't open them up. That'd be kind of neat. There's like this factory place, and this was neat. There's like lootable items up here. So I got some baked beans right there. But it's kind of interesting because it seems like the physics of the game aren't 100% working here. Like, I don't seem to be needing to eat. You know, I've been running for a long ways, and my health is still like up, you know. So I'm not quite sure, you know, what that's all about. I found this place with all kinds of keys hanging all over the walls. In this place here, there's a bread chunk I could take. And there's a lot of like chains and stuff hanging around. This doesn't look like a very happy place, I noticed. They must have been like enslaving the people here. And right here is like a bunch of you know, dynamite that's obviously live. My reticle's going red when you cross over it. Very cool. Up here is the tunnel. I do know about this part because I remember watching it when my son played through. And it's totally here. You can go down in it. The gate is unlocked, which is awesome. They have all the cages. There's no people in there. That would be horrible. That, you know, there's just some guy locked for eternity to this cage. And that's like his job every day, is to just be a criminal in the cage. Or whatever. A slave or rebel. Whatever these guys were down here. But yeah, it's really awesome. When I came out the end of it, it was daylight. God, my character is looking terrible. Look at this big black eye he's got. And but it's just neat. I mean, you know, I could just like role play your brains out down here. But there's like this awesome, you know, valley. I mean, it looks like some place you go on vacation, you know. And I noticed there's the parrots here too. And there's one flying by. They're hard to hit though. They take off the second you like take aim at them. But I want to shoot one and see what I get from them. I did pull my fishing rod out in this water, and I finally found a place in RDR where you can't fish. I can't fish here for some reason. It won't even let me cast or bait my line, but it's just pretty neat. And of course, the ocean isn't actually here for some reason. That's the only thing that's kind of a drag, is there's no ocean. And I was checking this waterfall for like a cave or something, but I couldn't seem to find one. I did end up getting a parrot. These guys were just sitting on a rock. And I noticed, as soon as I pulled up on them, for some reason, my auto aim is like back. even though I came down here in free aim, I play this game mainly in free aim now, and for some reason it doesn't seem to matter. It's like your auto aim takes over here. Very interesting. I'm not sure what it means. I'm not sure why this works, you know. I've been reading online, and they talk about, like, basically it's disabling the black screen. I found a place up here where I think is where they camped when they first got shipwrecked. And this is another interesting place. Because it has a fire pit that you can interact with. You can actually rest at this fire, but you can't cook at it. I don't know why I want to cook here, but I want to cook here. And I noticed there's no herbs here. You know, I don't know if that's just because, you know, since Arthur and Dutch were, like, you know, from America and not from here, they don't know the herbs here, so they don't know what to pick. But there's no, like, pickable herbs here, so I guess it wouldn't really matter. If you cooked, you couldn't have, like, you know, seasoned meat anyway. There's, like, a rifle over here, though, that gives you sort of like a message when you get close to it. Needed for camp guards, a carbine repeater. So I guess that had something to do with story, and it's still here. Very interesting. I just love it. I just love it all. I think the whole thing is just so cool. So anyway, I hung around and I shot more parrots and talked to the poor folks for a while. But I know what you guys are waiting for me to do, and you want to see if I fight the guards. And of course I did. So I went back to where I saw that one guard hanging out, and snuck up behind him, like the true scoundrel I am, and stabbed him. And it's funny, I didn't get wanted right off the bat. So I guess if you kill one and they don't see you, you're okay. I looted him. I got 12 cents and 4 revolver cartridges. And I went on with my dastardly mission. I found these 2 guards. I got the first one, no problem. But then the guy hit me, hit him back, and stabbed him, and now I am wanted. And I thought it was really interesting that 2 guards, look how high my bounty is. It's already up to 225. They don't seem to be harder to kill, but they seem to do more damage. I just got shot like a couple times there, and I noticed my health is like way down. I fought them for a little while. More and more came. Yeah, they don't seem to have like a ton of health, but it's funny, they seem to do like a bit more damage. And the bounty's going up like very quickly. I wonder if you came back and you just like fought it out with these guys for a while, like how high your bounty would get. Would your bounty get as high as like it does in the game, like $1,500 and things like that, you know? Because like in, you know, online, $100 is like a huge bounty, but like, you know, in the game, like $1,500 I think is the limit, and all that. And then I ran away and just hid. I wanted to see if I'd lose my wanted level or whatever. And then I actually, when I was out here, I checked my settings, because I thought it was just odd that I had some auto aim going, and my settings were set to wide instead of free aim. And I know they were on free aim when I left. It must be something with this area that does that, I guess. So that's about it. I ended up harassing the guards some more. I found some burros up here, so I guess if you wanted a horse to ride out of here on, you could steal one of these burros and head back to, you know, America. And eventually I made the mistake of sneaking in this house, and there was a bunch of guards in here that I didn't realize, and They came busting through all the doors and killed me. And that was the end of my adventure. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was a long one, I know. Go down there and check it out. It's like super fun. If you're in love with the game, just go for it, because what the heck, you know, it's something new in the game. I mean, that's all we're looking for, right? Is just more stuff. So thanks for watching, everybody. Go down and check out Guarma sometime. And that's it. I'll see you guys next time.